how, once again, however, documents have dropped and it shows us that he was in fact picked up for Bloodhound Lil Jeff's demise. However, they had to drop the M charges against him because they didn't really have any evidence to charge him fully for it, aside from him just having a weapon at the time that he was arrested when they came to arrest him for the suspicion.
But if you do keep it 100, though, they don't have enough evidence. All they have is the video camera of the unaliving of Lil Jeff where you don't see, bro. And they also have a witness that supposedly seen him do that. And they got what everybody said on the internet, on the couch TV, and this and that. That's all they got. They really ain't got nothing on, bro. Yo, they talk about Trap City Rob got charged with Bloodhound's Lil Jeff's death, but the charges was dropped, man. Let's tap into this video, y'all. What he did on the camera? This shit crazy. Oh, they reenacted the scene of Bloodhound Lil Jeff. No. They wild.
Rob, do you feel like the internet been putting like, a target on your back with the stuff they've been like, portraying on your name or not?
I just want to know how my name got in this thing. If somebody could come forward and tell me what's going on, that'll help me a lot. You
don't even know what's going on.
I don't know. Oh, I know what at www.patreon behind the scenes and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see.
Crazy,
now,
bro.
Alright, now this just goes to show that them people do be on social media as much as people may think that they aren't. And by people, I think y'all know exactly who I'm referring to. And for the ones that don't know, we're talking about the police. Now, for y'all that don't know, Trap City Rob has been arrested on 10/30/2024. And a lot of people was wondering, what he was arrested for, what he was picked up for. Some people said it was for the death of Lil Jeff. Some people said no, it was something unrelated. But lo and behold, we will find out today that it was, in fact, for the shooting death of Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
Damn.
Now, Bloodhound Lil Jeff was shot and unalive back in June of this year when he pretty much went on a drill, but the drill didn't go as planned. And instead, while he was trying to walk somebody down and take their life, his life was taken, and it would come out that Trap City Rob was the person that allegedly did it. Now, how will we know? Of course, social media. Gangsters and social media.
Jam, he missed all them shots, and so wait, people were saying his switch jam, so his switch ain't jam? Let me know down below. Did it jam or did he miss?
Yeah, as we know, it's just a recipe for disaster.
I ain't gonna lie, there ain't no way if you got a switch and he's right there in front of you and you no, there's no way. There's no way, gang.
Because when something happened, these guys can't wait to tell you that they had some involvement in it. Whether it's illegal or legal, they let us know every time that they may or may have not had a hand in whatever transpired. Now, I continuously tell you guys, no matter how much people get on social media and try to talk in codes or use certain slang terminology and act like the police don't know what's going on, time after time they prove to you that they know exactly what's going on. And I also tell y'all that if we're able to put two and two together, what do you think the guys that actually get paid a great salary to catch these guys are doing? Especially with the access to certain technology that they have that we don't. Now, we've seen it with the Little Durk situation that's going on right now, how they pretty much break down the quote-unquote coded languages in the songs, in the lives, in the text messages, the phone records, the whole 9 yards. And that's exactly what I think happened here with Trap City Rob. However, they don't tell us how he came on their radar. But common sense to tell us that it's only about one way they kind of put him in the scope of being the suspect in the unaliving of Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Now, they don't tell us how, once again, however, documents have dropped and it shows us that he was in fact picked up for Bloodhound Lil Jeff's demise. However, they had to drop the M charges against him because they didn't really have any evidence to charge him fully for it, aside from him just having a weapon at the time that he was arrested when they came to arrest him for the suspicion.
Well, isn't that low-key self-defense? Because Jeff was running up on him in his crib. I don't know if that was his crib, but in the crib, like, someone running up on you, like, I don't know. Let me know. No, that is a murder. Now I'm thinking about, I don't know, bro. It's a lie.
So looking back, it didn't specify whether the weapon that he got caught with at the time of his arrest was used as the same weapon that took Lil Jeff's life. I'm unsure if that probably would have counted towards anything, because as y'all know, I don't know what's going on in Chicago, but it seemed like their gun laws is different. Like, you could possess the same weapon that took somebody's life but that don't necessarily mean that they're going to charge you for that body.
That's crazy.
Normally where I'm from, if you get caught with a weapon that was used in the commission of a crime and the police have yet to solve that crime and somebody lost their life,
you getting charged.
They're going to charge you with that body because they can't find who did it. So they're going to assume that you're the one that did it.
Right.
But in Chicago, we've heard time after time guys get caught with weapons with bodies on them, and it don't necessarily mean that they get charged for it.
That's
like we seen with the guy that allegedly took Mad Max's life as well. But that's another story. We're going to get into the document that actually details Trap City Rob getting picked up for the death of Bloodhound Lil Jeff. But before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now the document we'll be reading is an incident report about the arrest of Trap City Rob when they suspected him of the unaliving of Bloodhound Lil Jeff and went to go pursue their suspicion 4 months later. At the time he was arrested, he was caught with a weapon, in which y'all will see once we go over the document. Now the document will say, quote, Area 1 have received intimate knowledge from Detective Hodgman related to a homicide under RD, which occurred.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Where the fuck my shit at? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I just got hit with a flashbang. I had to grab my glasses, bro. That shit just hurt my eyes bad.
On June 8th, 2024, at the location of Redacted, Rhodes Ave, Chicago, Illinois, that probable cause exists for the arrest of Robert Coleman, and that he was identified on scene by a witness to be present during the shooting death of victim Jeffrey L. Harris, as well as electronic surveillance. Now for y'all, before y'all get confused, Robert Coleman is Trap City Rob, and Jeffrey L. Harris is Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Now according to this, he was pointed out by a witness, and he was also on surveillance. Now it said on today's date, surveillance officers observed Coleman entering and exiting his residence at Redacted Rhodes Ave armed with a black firearm. AOs had prior knowledge that the subject was a convicted felon and gun offender, that he was not permitted to be in possession of a handgun. Coleman exited the residence a final time wearing a gray shirt and black pants and walked northbound on the sidewalk. SOs relayed the direction of travel and description of clothing and location of firearm to enforcement officers. EOs then relocated to the approximate address of 6604 S Rhodes Ave, exited unmarked squad vehicle, and approached Coleman on foot wearing police vest with visible police insignia and badge affixed. While PO A. David was approaching on foot, he called out to Coleman explaining that his body-worn camera was activated and that Coleman was under arrest. As P.O. David attempted to place Coleman into custody, Coleman, arrestee, did not follow verbal direction, pulled away, stiffened his body, and used dead weight to avoid being placed into custody.
He used his weight.
In response to Coleman's actions, P.O. David used ambars, escort holds, control techniques, and eventually an emergency takedown and emergency handcuffing in order to control the suspect. During the struggle and while Coleman was on the ground, he continued to resist arrest by pulling his arms away and stiffening his body, at which point SOs POV Ryan and POL Caldwell broke from surveillance and assisted in emergency handcuffing using ambars, wrist locks to gain control of Coleman's arms. Additionally, EOPOD Vasquez assisted in emergency handcuffing and ambars wrist locks during the struggle, which caused his body camera holder to break, allowing his BWC to fall on the ground.
I ain't gonna lie, he was not going for none of that, gang. He was sitting there wrestling with them. He was not playing. That's crazy, bro. And you know, he a big one. He a big body. You feel me? So like he was, oh my God, they was struggling.
While all four officers were still attempting to place Coleman, arrestee, in handcuffs, a loaded firearm was recovered from in between Coleman's thighs. P.O. David immediately recovered the firearm and handed it to P.O. Caldwell for safekeeping. Officers David, Vasquez, and Ryan then used 2 sets of handcuffs on the subject due to his size and resistance to the handcuffs. After Coleman was in handcuffs, he continued to use dead weight, pulled away, and stiffened his body to avoid being escorted to transport vehicle. P.O. Vasquez then used escort holds, wrist lock, and ambar in order to control him and escort him into the transport vehicle. Subject was then placed into a temporary transport vehicle until the squadron arrived on scene. After being placed into the squadron, Coleman was transported directly to 2nd District lockup due to his actions and demeanor on scene. The firearm FN 509 was unloaded and made safe by P.O. David. Firearm inquiry returned no record on file. Coleman, arrestee, is a convicted felon under case numbers, and they tell you their case numbers, District Watch Operations LT Parler was notified. While in the lockup, Coleman complained an injury to his right wrist, and he was transported to Redacted Hospital, ET5142E, and treated by Redacted. So basically, they saying they had intimate knowledge that Robert Coleman, aka Trap City Rob, was related to a homicide that happened on June 8th, 2024, in which we know that was the date that Bloodhound Lil Jeff lost his life. And they also put his real name in there for people that feel that maybe, you know, he wasn't picked up for the death, right? It says Jeffrey L. Harris. It don't get no clearer than that. Not only that, they're saying that Trap City Rob was on surveillance and he was pointed out by a witness. Now, once again, I'm not sure if the weapon that he was caught with is the same weapon that he used to allegedly unalive Bloodhound Lil Jeff, but he was caught with a loaded weapon, and they said that it wasn't registered. Of course, it was a legal firearm. So 9 times out of 10, he's going to be booked for that. I don't know how long he's looking at for that. But like I told y'all before,
but then he's already a convicted felon, so they about to get on his ass. They gonna try to get bro for at least 2 years. They gonna try to get him.
Gun laws in Chicago are
they gonna try to get him,
at least opposed to the ones that I'm used to.
Shit, me
now
too.
It seems like he was either on probation or parole of some sort.
Oh,
because
hell
they kept mentioning PO, right? PO, for y'all that don't know, PO usually stands for either probation officer or parole officer. It could be either one. And it looks like whatever intimate knowledge that they got, they related to his PO, and they issued a search, and lo and behold, they found him with a weapon on him. Now, although he resisted, of course, because nobody's just going to give themselves up, especially if you know you got a weapon on you, but they still managed to take him into custody. You know, Rob is a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
It ain't too much places he could run anyway, so at that point, I guess he just know he was cooked. Now, like I said, they said that the charges will be dropped because of lack of evidence.
How?
But I don't know how far that'll reach. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It really don't make sense to me because
that don't make sense.
Honestly, if they didn't have enough evidence to fully charge him, why would they even waste their time on picking him up in the first place?
I ain't gonna lie, but if you do keep it 100, though, they don't have enough evidence. All they have is the video camera of the unaliving of Lil Jeff where you don't see, bro. And they also have a witness that supposedly seen him do that. And they got what everybody saw on the internet, on the couch TV, and this and that. That's all they got. They really ain't got nothing on, bro. But as far as him being a convicted felon with a firearm, that's different. But that's not even what they picked him up for. So I don't know, bro. This shit crazy, guys.
And see, that's the difference between the state and the feds.
Yeah.
The feds not gonna waste time like that.
Yeah.
The feds don't even want you knowing when you on their radar. So they're not gonna strike unless they know they got enough on you to convict you. This is why they only come to you when they hand out sentences, and it's up to you to decide whether you're gonna fight or take the plea.
Yeah.
Either way, their conviction rate is near perfect. So you tend to think twice in the first place. So like I said, that's kind of the difference between the state and the feds and how they operate.
Yeah, that
and I think this is why we're seeing a lot of the cases that were state, the feds is picking them up. And they're picking them up and solving them in record time. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're getting all type of evidence, all type
ass working overtime,
surveillance, witnesses, DNA. The only way you really escaping them is if the case go that cold for so long and people either not around no more, they passed away or something to that extent, man. But y'all be careful out there.
This shit crazy,
more of the story.
So they charged him with it, but they got dropped, gang. It got dropped. That shit is crazy, bro. He got away with unaliving Lil Jeff, man. Lil Jeff, man, rest in peace, gang. You know his tape. I don't know if y'all know his tape dropped in January. Lil Jeff, Lil Jeff got a tape dropping in January, gang. So I already know that motherfucker gonna go hard. This shit crazy. You know that he got away with that, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all rock with Lil Jeff. Y'all rock with Trap City Rob. You feel what I'm saying? Let me know down below in the comment section. This is why I say, man, y'all stay safe, stay in the crib, bro. Kick it, bro. Lil Jeff literally, all he had to do is keep making music, bro. That's all he had to do. And he would have kept making more money, more money, more money, more money, more money. He would have been with Q50 making a lot of bread right now. But instead, they were still going out and doing dumb shit, man. And they messed up, bro. And now he's gone, man. May he rest in peace. May Lil School rest in peace, gang. Y'all stay up out the way, man. Focus on y'all craft, man. That's all with y'all, gang. Y'all stay safe.